G'day brothers, so I'm just doing some drill bit testing. So I've got the blue one is a Bosch Expert, and then the other one is like a kind of no-name brand from hownottto.com. So quite cheap and quite expensive. The Bosch one is obviously top of the range, meant to be professional quality. So I'm just gonna do a bit of drilling and see how long they take to actually wear down. Okay, so the cheapie is one of these no-name generic drill bits from hownottto.com, 5 AUD, it's about $3 US. And the Bosch Expert, I just got that from a hardware store, and $16.50, so that's about $12 US. Okay, so the test is going to drill in granite with this beauty here. Got a nice big battery for that one. So that's a standard size kind of Bosch rotary hammer, 1-inch hammer. And then I've got this bolt, that's a wedge bolt that's had the clip removed. So I'm just going to drill until basically that doesn't fit in the hole. So I already measured these at home. These were just over 10 millimeters. And that is just at 10 millimeters. So anyway, let's get drilling, see how long they last. Mark to 100 millimeters. Okay, so that's 6 each. Let's just check them. No problem there. No problem there. And pull it back up. Also, I got this nifty little blower. We'll try that out too. Okay, so that's 15 holes each, and let's try. Still fine, and yeah, it's getting a little snug. You see the Bosch still has a bit of this wiggle room. This one's getting a little snug. Keep going, I guess. Let's see how she goes. Alright, so the Bosch, still fine. Still a fair bit of space in there. And then the no-name is, okay, it's a fair bit tighter. Fair bit tighter. Okay, and just to actually verify that these holes are competent, just going to try and whack some bolts in there too. Bosch is good. Oh, you get those out of the way. And the generic. Interesting. Okay, so the Bosch one, that went in as normal. It actually got looser, well, easier to hammer in, as they do, because the little clip kind of wears down the more you hammer it. But the no-name generic one, that actually went tink, 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 and it actually got a bit tighter as it went in. So just like a piton, it sounded like a piton. So that hole is starting to get a little tight. But, you know, 30 holes, probably get another, I don't know, 5 or 10 maybe before your bolts stop actually going in at all. And I think I'm just at the end of the hole. So that's just bottomed out, basically. It hasn't actually gotten too tight to drive in yet. So yeah, pretty good from the cheapies. So if we take a look at a brand new one versus the one I just used, like, other than the paint, it looks pretty good shape, you know. It's more or less intact. You can see the wear marks here. Still plenty of meat left on there if that's what you're going by. The used one feels more or less the same. I reckon these are going to last you a very, very long time if you get them. And then these ones, the biggest wear on this one is actually this shoulder, or this like very corner part of the main chisel there. So see this one, that's a straight line. This one, it's actually got this like wear patch on the very, very corner there. So that's going to be doing all the work. So it's rotating the fastest, it's traveling the most distance because that's the very outside of the circle. And that's also going to be responsible for really widening the hole. So that is going to be, yeah, copping the most wear for sure. That was about 10.27, 10.28, and now it's 10.22, 0.23. So bugger all wear, really. Like, that didn't wear down at all. 50 microns is nothing. And then this guy, it's gone down about the same. I'm going to call that a 0.24, 10.24. I think it was 10.28 to start with. So it's lost about 30, 40 microns, which is bugger all. And then this one lost about 40, 50 microns. So like bugger all wear on the actual diameter of these things after all that drilling. Really impressive stuff. But just the accuracy, I think, is going to be diminishing, particularly in the cheaper one, just because that very tip right there. Sorry, my fingers probably look gross. That one's even worse. That very like corner there is wearing down. So yeah, good stuff. I'm pretty impressed with this. Anyway, back to me in the ditch. Pretty impressed. I'm less impressed with the 12 amp hour battery, which is, well, it's on one start. It was flashing before, actually. Only getting 60 holes. I would have expected a fair bit more from a giant battery like that, but that's a different story. All right, guys, well, I got to call it a night. My battery's dead, it's getting dark, all of that. I'm sorry I wasn't able to get you a proper, like, definitive answer like the cheap Chinese drill bit gets 20 holes before it needs replacing. But, you know, in general, I'm pretty impressed with this. Like, it does feel cheaper. It definitely drills slower and is more wobbly when you're drilling than the Bosch Expert, but you know, Bosch Expert, that's a top of the line bit, so you kind of expect that. Now, personally, when I'm taking drill bits out, I do try to use the better quality ones, just because I don't want to have any guesswork, you know. I don't want to be packing 5 drill bits in case they're wearing out, so I do usually go the better quality ones. It means, you know, I'll bring one and then maybe a backup, and you know, if they've been used before, I know they should still be good. It's not like I'm picking up a drill bit that's been used before and I'm going, oh God, is this going to last through this session or whatever. So I just try to avoid all the screwing around, and I generally do get, you know, the good quality drill bit, but that's something like 15 bucks a pop. So if you do want to get instead 5 of these cheaper ones, that's going to be a totally good option for a lot of you guys out there. The other thing to note is I'm drilling 100 millimeters in this test. So that's a fair bit deeper than you would normally drill. Usually you'd be drilling sort of 65, 70 for this kind of bolt, this kind of rock. So, you know, maybe they'll be getting even more. But if you do find your drill bits are actually cooking or they're wearing out really quickly when you're actually on the wall, really just get in there, practice your technique a bit, and you'll make the drill bits last a lot longer. You'll notice when you're drilling that you can actually feel it rubbing on the sides of the hole a fair bit. And, you know, that's really something you need to avoid. In this test, I basically held it one hand. I'm sort of just sitting here on the ground, just holding the drill, letting the drill do the work. But I'm just making sure that it's not actually going to be rubbing the drill bit on the sides of the hole at all. That's a big source of friction and a big source of wearing your drill bits out, as well as your batteries. But yeah, if you find your drill bits are wearing out really quickly, just make sure you avoid that, you know. Anyway, once again, I'm sorry I couldn't get you a definitive answer about how many holes per drill bit you can get. You know, that's life, that's science, isn't it? But if you want to grab these or any other gear, take a look at hownot2.com. So if you use the promo code in my description here, I do get a bit of a kickback as well, so it helps us out. And another plug, these drill bits are actually found by Kevin from Climbing Taiwan. So, you know, definitely hit up his channel. Go check out Kevin's stuff. He does great work as well. Anyway, frothers, thanks for watching, and I'll scratch yous later.